one!
Welcome to a very special Inland Sports TV show as we are live at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers, proud affiliate of the Angels. Jeff, we usually have our luxurious studio at Teen Vision TV 16, but we want to try to go out on the road a lot more. We got the 66er season underway here in the Cal League. This is a live look here as the Sixers are about to take on the Nuts, the Modesto Nuts, one of your favorite teams.
I'm telling you, anytime there's a team that involves food, I am definitely in. We know that I love the nuts, pine nuts. I'm allergic to pine nuts, actually, but I can eat a good almond, a good legume. I think that's what the original term would be for it. But, no, what a great start here in a beautiful San Bernardino with the mountains behind us here. What a great place and just one of the nicest places to watch a ball game.
Plus, you're an Angels fan, so
of course.
I know you love being here because you like to soak it all in as a halo.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about being an Angel. Never happened. My son, though, he's playing T-ball. He plays for the Angels, so that's my little touch with the Angels.
You got little Johnny, who's actually here somewhere around here.
Yeah, he's running around playing Minecraft, doing something on the phone.
If he could just get that Mike Trout money, man, you'd be set.
I would I could retire right now.
Well, we got a huge show tonight at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Sixers. We're going to talk Cal League baseball. We also have California Baptist women's golf. In fact, this time yesterday, they were in Indiana.
What?
And they won their third tournament of the season. They're that good at the Division I level.
Oh, yeah, they had a great comeback victory, I was reading, and man, they've been all over the press. They're big, the big names. It was first, I think it was you had the volleyball team was great.
Yeah.
Then you had the men's and women's basketball team was great. Now the baseball team, but forget those guys. It's all about CBU golf and the lady on the links. The ladies on the links sounds perfect.
So we'll talk a little CBU women's golf. We also have breaking news out of Cal Baptist tonight regarding their star basketball player in the NBA. So we're going to talk about that later in the show about Milan Aqua. Also big news happening on the local high school baseball diamond regarding not only Yucaipa's star pitcher, but also their manager who had a career milestone today in terms of career wins. So we got a lot to get to. It's all brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, and Boost Performance Training. And join us in the booth. In fact, he's got a split pretty soon because he's going to be on the call. It's Steve Wint, the voice of the Sixers here.
He is not only the voice of the Sixers, he's also the voice of the Big West UC Santa Barbara Gauchos, and a friend of ours. He's got the best job right now in the entire country. Is calling baseball games here at the San Manuel Stadium.
Yeah, he does baseball, he does basketball. He has the gig that you want.
Of course I do. In fact, I'm going to take him out, and I've got a bunch of bars of soap and a pillowcase, and I'm going to beat him severely so that he can't do it. I'm ready for the call tonight. I know everything about this team.
Yeah, the code red.
Yeah. How about that intro, Steve? You've probably not heard that one before.
I don't know if I want to say, quite frankly.
But the Cal League season is upon us here. Always cool to see the Sixers at home to get things going. Well, what's kind of your early impressions of this team? Because every year is kind of like a brand new, clean canvas.
Yeah, you get a few guys that are holdovers from the year before, but by and large, it's a new club, and this team has some pitching. We have. That's the headliners. Obviously, there's some guys who can hit on this team and night in and night out. But when you're looking at kind of this roster, evaluators go, ooh, there's some pretty serious arms on this team. And so that's exciting. And that's the trend, hard-throwing guys, and we got a bunch of them.
I remember going back to last season, there was a couple names. The first guy was Griffin Canning, who was the opening day starter last season. And we had Joe Adell come through here. Is there a name right now on the roster, or a name on the horizon that we should maybe, if you're an Angels fan, really keep an eye on the radar?
Yeah, I would think Chris Rodriguez, right-handed pitcher who had to sit out last year with a stress fracture or a stress reaction, they call it, in his back. But he was drafted out of high school in Miami, and he can pitch. He's got basically 3+ pitches, throws a fourth, and that velocity is in the mid to high 90s, and young but competitive, super competitive. But There's a bunch of guys, and you mentioned Griffin Canning. Think about Griffin Canning when he was drafted at UCLA. Angels just shut him down. They didn't play him that first year after he was drafted. They liked the results. Last year's draft, they drafted, they shut down like 10 guys. They didn't play, and we have a handful of them. They're making their debuts in high A because they just rested them, basically. They did some other stuff with them, but basically they didn't throw. And we're seeing they're coming out here and they're looking great.
It's paying dividends. They have a blueprint now of like, hey, it works. Let's maybe try with some of these other guys.
Yeah, I think it's case by case, but if that case is within the parameters they set, yeah, they're doing it.
We're talking with Steve
Or
Wynn.
not doing it, I guess.
Not doing it. We're talking with Steve Wynn, the voice of the Inland Empire 66ers. He'll be on the calls. They're taking on Modesto tonight at San Manuel Stadium. We talked a little bit about, Angels rehabbing here. Of course, we saw Mike Trout 2 summers ago. I think it was right around the 4th of July.
It was. It was the 5th of July.
But, the name out there right now is Shohei Ohtani. I think, people are like, when is he coming back? We know he's not going to pitch, right? He's going to be this as a hitter this season at least. Is that a name, have you heard that being kicked around maybe that we might see him here in San Bernardino?
Oh, just in our meetings where we're trying
our
to
wish
market.
list,
Right? Where we say, well, how can we sell more tickets? Shohei Ohtani would help, but
you might have to build a whole nother level out here.
Right. No, but the thing about Shohei Ohtani, last year he was playing with a torn UCL.
Yeah.
But he kept hitting. He's not. He's going to hit. If he is healthy enough to hit, he's going to hit. He's not going to be in a minor league game rehabbing the arm. So I think that they'll just let him hit this year and then start the throwing program next year. I mean, he's already starting to throw a little bit, real light. I mean, it's a gingerly process coming back. But today he was in the cage. I think they said he took 30 swings. But as much as I'd love to say, we think he'll be here, because of his ability to hit when he's not pitching, he actually, to me, is one of the least likely candidates for a minor league rehab appearance.
We'd love to see him, though.
Oh, yeah.
We
will give him an engraved invitation, trust me.
Because we're getting close, I think, right? I mean, I think the Halos had thrown out like they're targeting the month of May, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard late May, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? I don't think they'll rush it, to be honest with you. But he's special. We saw the limited time we saw him last year. I mean, he's incredible. He's jaw-dropping, and it's almost stunning to think when he's on a team with Mike Trout. I mean, Mike Trout's the best player on the planet, but this guy pitches too, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
And the Tommy John surgery used to be so scary,
Yeah.
and now it just seems like it's so routine. So, and guys, they say come back throwing harder because all the workouts they do trying to get back. So, Ohtani coming back with 98 miles per hour and that split finger. Good luck.
Yeah, and he just might do it. I mean, we've seen pictures. I know there's a local guy, Tyler Chatwood at Redlands East Valley High School, who's had multiple.
Yeah.
He seemed to come back, like you said, he came back better following the surgery. So it's not what it used to be. Like, oh, it's a career ender.
Right. It's those guys. They work out. The rehab is so intense on that Tommy John surgery. These guys, all they can do is work out their core strength and their legs, and they come back physically stronger. So it's interesting. It's a brave new world out there.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of a luxury to be so close to Anaheim and having players on a regular basis coming in and making rehabs. You've already had, I believe, a couple guys are going to work on the rehabbing right now.
We had Taylor Cole pitched actually yesterday for us, and then they activated him and optioned him to AAA. But he's a guy who's pitched. He actually gave the Angels a lot of good innings last year. I think kind of surprised some people. And he'll go down to AAA, and then they'll figure it out when they need a spot. But he certainly got on the radar last year.
Now, you've seen a lot of guys come through this stadium. Name some of the guys that that you've been able to watch over the years here at San Manuel Stadium.
Oh boy, well, I mean, you just look at that Angels team right now. They just called Taylor Ward back up. David Fletcher, of course, and. The Cole Calhoun played here a little bit before I got here, but you can't swing a cat by its tail and not hit a player from the Cal League in the big leagues right now. So it's always fun, and there's always guys that, Justin Anderson was the odd man out yesterday. He got sent back to AAA even though he pitched real well, but he was here, and he's a great story. He really struggled here, and then they converted him to a reliever, and his velocity went up, and bang, he was in the big leagues. So it's always kind of a neat thing to see these guys, their path. It's not always a straight line.
Yeah.
And so you know the stories, you know how hard they worked, and it's fun to see them succeed.
Do you ever see a couple guys where you could, the writing's on the wall that you're like, okay, Joe Adell, Griffin Canning, it's just a matter of time before we see them in the big league. It's going to happen. What about my guy, Jared Walsh, the guy who was pitching and the slugger? We talked about him on the Inland Sports Show quite a bit. Is he in AAA? Like, I'm not even
He
sure
is
where
in
he's at
AAA.
right
He
now.
hit a home run yesterday. They've converted him to pitcher and outfielder / first baseman. He's doing a little bit of everything. And I was actually talking, with Marcel Latchman, special assistant to the GM yesterday.
One of my all-time
Latch
favorites.
is here down there. He's down the left field line right now as we speak.
Hey, I have to get a picture with him.
Halo Red, I assume.
Yeah,
right?
he is the true gentleman of the game, Marcel Latchman. We were talking about Jared Walsh is a great story. Sometimes there's guys. Jared Walsh wasn't considered by the evaluators to be necessarily a guy who's going to make the big leagues. You know what? He's right on the cusp, and could do it on the mound or in the field, which is pretty staggering.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and the Angels need some pitching, right? I mean, if there's an area where you're like, okay.
Hey, they've got 4 in a row, buddy. 4 in a row right now. We're looking good. Yeah, hey, and that middle relief has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, the bullpen's been great, but you know what? Everybody needs pitching.
Yes.
So it's basically that simple. But I think for him, it's been a few years since he pitched regularly. He was at the University of Georgia where he pitched, and we'll see. I think that they'd like to get him a little more time on the mound in AAA. Not real easy to pitch in the Pacific Coast League, though. Pitching in Salt Lake, you're at altitude, so you can take your lumps there too.
Nah, you're absolutely right. Hey, Steve, before we let you go, let me ask you about the Cal League All-Star game. Well, the Cal League Carolina League All-Star game.
Just Cal League. Just Cal League.
Oh, just Cal League this season?
Yep, few seasons.
So how do they split that up with the All-Star
North and
team?
South. Yeah,
Okay.
So the Northern Division, the teams are Stockton, which is the A's, San Jose, the Giants, Modesto, who we're playing tonight, that's Seattle, and then Visalia, the Diamondbacks. And then the Southern Division teams that you're so familiar with, all of us will be the home team in the South here.
Well, do you know when was the last time that
It's been 11 years, yeah. So so it's been a while, and it's our turn, and we're excited to celebrate and show off the community and turn it into a real community event. We have some things planned that are going to be pretty exciting. We're going to get some of the sluggers from the local little leagues involved in our home run derby. So
Nice.
yeah, we're going to get some kids hitting some tanks out here.
It's going to be like a portable little wall.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to have them
You
pair
could do
up.
it, Jeff.
I could give my son. He's playing coach pitch t-ball. I'm telling you.
There you go.
He's got.
Yeah, Jeff modestly just said, "Oh yeah, my son's 11 for 12 on the season."
Well, yeah,
That's
he's 11 for
pretty
12.
good.
He only had to hit off the tee once. I guess you always get a hit, but he's hit off the coach 11 out of 12 times. So I'm pretty proud right now. He could play out in the outfield, so maybe
There
my
you
Trout
go.
guy.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to get some of the bigger little leagues around here that bring kids out. Well, we're going to get their top slugger, and they'll pair them with the Cal League All-Star.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so it'll be cool. They'll be a team. You're a team. You're tethered. So if the kid, the pro, ends up just bombing out and not hitting one, but we got a little guy hit 10, they might move on to the next round.
Nice. Very
for the
cool.
kid.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Well, Steve, where can people hear not only tonight's game, but all the games all season long?
So all season long on the TuneIn app and at 66ers.com, and also on milb.tv for the home games. We stream those live on video as well, and they just carry the radio feed. But yeah, we're excited for everyone to catch us at the ballpark, but always we'll be there for you on the air.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. We always appreciate your hospitality here at San Manuel Stadium. So, again, tonight we thank you, and hopefully we can bug you a lot more over the course of the season.
You're always welcome. We love having you.
All right, that's Steve Wynn, the voice of the 66ers here live on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, it's time to talk a little CBU women's golf. Back from Indiana, Jeff. I know you love Indiana. We were there a couple times this year, weren't we?
You know what? It's flat, so I'm going to have to ask the ladies if they played on a flat course.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. And Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We are at San Manuel Stadium, the home of the Inland Empire 66ers. Jeff, proud affiliate of the Angels. And who was it, Coach Latchman down the...
Marcel Latchman. He used to be the manager of the Angels.
Are you listening, Colin? Where's Colin? He's not even here.
Colin, get in and talk. I want you to talk to Marcel Latchman.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. I'm telling you, he was managing the teams that had what was Smedberg's favorite player? George Fabregas? Yeah, he was part of that managing club.
JT Snow?
JT Snow, yeah, about the same time.
I think Mo Vaughn was even.
Yes, Marcel Latchman is a legend in the coaching game here for the Angels. Still involved, apparently.
He is, and that's pretty cool. As a, what do they call him, special instructor?
Yeah, I'm going to go down and talk to him and get an autograph.
Yeah, and he stands out because he's got the Angels uniform on.
Looking good.
To the Sixers. So, but right now we're going inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. We've talked a lot of baseball and softball the last couple of weeks on this show. But right now we're talking CBU women's golf, and what a great time, because they're fresh off a trip to Indiana State where they won their spring invite in dramatic fashion. And Jeff, you pointed out the comeback right in the final round.
Yeah, I think you guys were down 6 strokes going into the final day, and you guys won by 7.
Yes.
That's incredible. I mean, as a team, I'm going to ask you: do you guys feel the synergy amongst yourselves? Like, hey, we're playing great, or do you watch the leaderboard?
Definitely. Well, usually we would be we're not watching the leaderboard, but our coach is definitely watching the leaderboard because we have live scoring. But this tournament we actually didn't, so we kind of just played it.
It's kind of nice though, right?
Blindly. Yeah, but it was really nice. Kind of just staying in the moment, focusing on playing our best, one shot at a time. So yeah.
So we got Erica Wang and Jocelyn Chi. So not only did CBU win the tournament title, but Erica and Jocelyn here tied for the individual title. How early when you walked off the course did you know that you were exactly dead even tied?
Not really, because I came out first. I ended before her, so I was 2 under the last round, so my total was 2 under. And then she ended playing 1 under for the round, so she's total 2 under. I was surprised.
So you were already done.
Yeah.
You were in the clubhouse. Did you know what was at stake?
No, not
No.
at all. She was actually watching me on my last hole.
Oh,
So I mean, that's what our
Don't
team.
rush her.
Yeah, that's what our team is all about. Though we're just so happy for each other when one of us plays well, and we're always rooting each other on. I feel like that's something really special about our team. How we're truly putting the team before ourselves, and just something like that. Like, we didn't know who was in the lead individually or as a team, but we're hoping that as a team we were playing well, and individually, I mean, she was out there supporting me.
Now, you mentioned you did not have the live scoring for this one.
Yeah.
And you said it was kind of nice in a strange way because
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
worry about what else is going on the course,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, when you have that approach, you just go like, you know what, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. And I saw Jocelyn earlier. She said she was doing pretty well. Like, maybe we're in the hunt.
Yeah.
You know, is that safe to say? Like, you don't have to worry about what everyone else is doing.
I think so. Usually when we're playing, we usually don't have any idea because we're not allowed to check live scoring or go on our phones. But all the coaches have a good idea, and sometimes we can kind of gauge by the way coaches are acting.
They're going,
Oh,
Not
no, I like
specifically,
this.
yeah.
I like this.
Not just our coach, but other coaches
Yeah.
in general. I think a lot of other coaches sometimes get antsy if it's getting close or if they're losing the lead. So we can kind of tell in that sense. And usually we'll ask our coach, like, how are we doing as a team? Like, how's the team doing? So stuff like that. But I think everyone not knowing how the teams were doing was kind of interesting.
now, this was the 3rd tournament you guys have won at the Division 1 level?
Yes.
Now, does this momentum, do you guys make not just, hey, we've taken 3 now, do you guys build upon this, and what are your ultimate goals?
For us, since this year it's our first year in D1, so we can't technically win conference, but we'll still be playing conference as an individual. So our goal is to be winning the conference unofficially. So in that sense, that's our goal for this year.
Yeah.
And the WAC championships are, let's see, April 18th through 20th, which is coming up in Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's our last event for the year. So we're really excited, looking forward to it.
Erica, are you a senior?
Yes, I am.
So this is it? I mean,
Yeah,
so this is like your last tournament, your last road trip? Are you just trying to soak it all in
I
and just kind of
am.
enjoy
Yeah.
the whole thing?
One of our teammates, she has a joke. Whenever we do something for the last time as a team, she's like, Erica, you ready? Last time, last time we're practicing at this course, last qualifier.
You're like, stop it.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, stop.
So what's next for you? You know, you graduate from CBU and go pro golf, go start adulting, as they say. I mean,
Yeah, all of the above. I think definitely a dream of mine would to be able to play professionally, but I think I'm just gonna have to see if that's in the cards for me. I think I'm gonna give it a shot, just so I have no regrets. But yeah, we'll see what's in the. I don't know yet.
We just saw I think it's called the Symetra Tour.
Yes.
Come through
yes.
Beaumont, Tuckwood Canyon out
Yeah.
there. Is that a logical next step post CBU? I mean,
I think so. I mean, I would have to go through something called Q School, which is kind of a big step. I think I'd have to start off with some smaller tournaments first, work my way up there, but I think that'd be definitely a goal of mine for her too. Yeah.
now Erica, you're the current captain of the team.
Yes, I am.
Jocelyn is like the captain in waiting. Is that safe to say? Like maybe the next captain of the team? Right?
What do you think?
Did I just promote her?
So, maybe.
Maybe I know something that you don't know yet. But Jocelyn, seriously, what have you learned from Erica, the way she kind of just conducts her business on the track?
Well, Erica definitely set an example for us. Like the way she lead our team. She definitely sets an example for the whole team with her personality, especially her positivity. She's so positive, and she's possibly one of the nicest persons I've ever met. She treats people really well,
Aw.
like everyone. I don't think I've ever seen anyone that treats other people that way.
Got us all in the feelings over
Man.
here. Jeff, what do
I
you
know
think?
your dinner.
Hey, I might cry over here.
No, that's really sweet because obviously you've got to get along, right? You've got to have that bond between your teammates on a team to really make things work. But I do want to circle back, speaking of team and a family, I do want to circle back to something you mentioned. You can kind of read your coach during a tournament, kind of gauging him, how the team is doing, how your other teammates are doing on the course. So Coach Machado, who we love, he's done our show a couple times, I think.
I still want one of those little belt buckles, those
Yeah.
custom-made belt buckles.
Best buckles.
Yeah.
But what does he do that kind of indicates to you on the course that you're like, you know what, things are going really well, or things are not going so well?
I feel like with me, he's honestly pretty honest. Whenever I see him, I'm always like, hey, how's the team? Like, how are we doing? And then he'll usually tell me. But if we aren't doing too well, then it's like, he's like, it's okay. Like, we're okay. And stuff like that, yeah. But if we're doing well, he's like, we're doing solid. Like, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about for you? Is there any, like, signs?
I can kind of gauge sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like, he gets pumped up when it's
Yeah.
really close.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does? Like,
Yeah.
like pumping his fist.
He's like,
No.
come on, let's get one more,
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Does he? I mean, because I would, if I was a golf coach, I'd just be pacing constantly,
Yeah.
like nonstop.
A lot of coaches
and-
do that,
yeah.
for sure.
Really?
We see a lot of coaches pace. I think a lot of coaches, not our coach, but a lot of coaches will start talking faster to their players and be like, hey, how are you doing? Like, what'd you do on the last hole? Kind of like pestering them to give updates faster than live scoring.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because you want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of you want to know.
Now, one other thing, since you're a senior and you're going through the system, what are you gonna, when you walk away from CBU, what are you gonna take? What is the one thing that you will take away that you will use for the rest of your life?
Oh, wow. There's so much. I feel like I have truly learned so much and grown so much as a person, both personally and golf-wise, through my time here at CBU, mostly because of Coach Machado and just how much he puts into our team, how just everything. He created our team culture, our team motto, team greater than I. He puts everything into this team, and just I feel that I've learned so much from him. And I don't know. I learned a lot about time management, just golf, being a better person, caring for my teammates.
But you're already the nicest person alive.
Yeah,
No,
I think
Look
we
at
can
Jocelyn,
you
right?
can always be improved.
From the person who's the nicest.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's exactly what she would say right in this moment. We're going inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling here on the Inland Sports Show. We got Erica Wang and Jocelyn Chi from the CBU women's golf team. 3 Division I tournament wins this season. Ladies, when you entered your first season in Division I mean, the courses are the same, but the competition is going to be another notch up. Did you have expectations going into this year? Because you were obviously strong at Division II, but when you were like, okay, Division I, this is going to feel a little bit different. Courses might be the same. It's it's not like golf changes,
Yeah.
but the competition does. What
Yeah.
were your expectations going into at the Division I level?
I feel like we will just kind of play our game. Yeah, just stick to our game plan. There's nothing we can do about other teams, so
Yeah.
we basically just play our games, test it out, and
We
surprisingly we won the first
Yeah.
itself.
The
that
first
was
event.
that was a
That
So the
was
very
big.
first Division I
Yeah.
tournament you were in, you won it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was
In
that up in
Alabama.
Washington as well?
Alabama, actually.
Alabama,
yeah.
same thing. I mean,
They're just
so
taking
close.
they're taking
You look
over
at
the
a-
entire
You
country.
look at a map. Right.
We're in Indiana, we're in Alabama, we're Washington. It doesn't matter. We're gonna win.
But what kind of a confidence boost was that for this team to win that first one right out of the gate? Were you thinking, oh man, well this is
Yeah.
gonna be easy?
No, not at all. That was definitely huge,
Yeah.
though. I mean, we didn't really know what to expect going Division I. I mean, Coach Machado always tells us that we can only control ourselves and we have to control the controllables. And we try not to focus on the other teams because that kind of, like Jocelyn said, it deteriorates us from our game plan. So we just try to focus more on ourselves, what we can do as a team, how to best prepare for the tournaments. And I mean, the first tournament was truly magical.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a fairy tale.
We didn't see
Yeah.
that coming at all.
It was just like
yeah.
we all played together well. It just the team chemistry worked together so well, and everything just fell into place. We played well the last day, finished our last 4 really strong, and just somehow got the title. And I still remember like all getting together
Yeah.
after the round, and Coach Machado was refreshing the live scoring And we're like, oh my gosh, I think we won. And we're like, oh my gosh.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, we're fresh again. Yeah. It was a really special moment. Definitely a moment we'll always remember.
And now you win the Indiana State invite, so you're playing some good golf going into the WAC championship.
Yes.
So what's the scenario if you finish in first place at the WAC championships? How does that work out? Are you regular season WAC champions and the second place team gets to advance? I mean, do you know what the scenario is?
Technically, well, we're going to be playing our team as 5 individuals,
Okay.
so they won't even be counting
No
our
team
score.
score? Oh,
No,
gotcha.
that's how we're kind of
Okay.
ineligible.
Yeah.
But technically, we can still add up our top 4 scores out of 5.
So you would know.
We would
Yeah.
know, yeah. So technically, if we win, we won't be getting the trophy or title or
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
and the second place team will be winning and advancing to regionals.
I see.
But you can
So-
still talk smack to the second place team if you win.
Yeah.
No, come on, she's the nicest.
Yeah,
girl
nicest.
alive.
No,
I mean,
you
come
can
on.
nicely say, we're better than you.
With all due respect.
Yeah, I'll do it. Exactly.
Well, Erica and Jocelyn, we appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Thank
you so much.
You were in Indiana yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
today you're back home.
Yes.
So,
We got back at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh.
really?
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. We do appreciate it. And
Thank you
best
so
of
much
luck at
for
the
having us.
WAC
Thanks for having
Championship.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's Erica Wang and Jocelyn Chi from CVU Women's Golf. When we come back, go ahead, you can put your L's up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lance up.
Hashtag lands up. When we come back, we will talk some local stuff on the diamond, high school baseball, high school softball, and Cullen is somewhere running around San Manuel Stadium. We're going to check in live with him as well. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
Ready to get better, ready to fire, and I think that's paying off. We're definitely getting better by the week. So.
Looking in episodes and if they double team and pass out and our guards are
Once Jeff had the lead up to about 20. That's about all I did.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Inland Sports.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
And welcome back to San Manuel Stadium, the Inland Sports Show. Doing it here at the home of the 66ers. Big thanks to Erica Wang and Jocelyn Chi. Championship golfers, you know, out of CBU.
Now, I'm surprised they're not playing Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning in the Masters as well as they're playing. They should have just gone from Indiana to Augusta, Georgia, and played right there in the Masters.
That good. And again, coming back on the final day to win the tournament. So big thanks to them for joining us. A couple other quick CBU notes. The baseball team, they lost to Washington last night, 3-2. They played on the road at the Washington Huskies. They only lost by 1. So that was a great game for them just to show up against a Pac-12 school. And then we also had some big news regarding Milan Aqua. Milan Aqua, the basketball star for CBU, has announced, Jeff, that he is going to enter the NBA draft. He put out a little statement today out there on social media saying he's going to enter the draft, but without a agent. So what exactly does that mean for Milan Aqua now?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is exactly what it means is that, you know, he's going to get his name out there. He might get drafted. Some team might take their chance on him. He hasn't signed with an agent, which is smart, which gives him an opportunity to come back to play his next year at CBU. But what it does is it gets his name out there not only with NBA scouts, but overseas scouts as well, because there is so much money being made overseas. You know, Jamal Franklin, who's just from the desert up here up over the hill, played at San Diego State. He's making about $3.5 to $4 million playing in China. And so this is an opportunity for Aqua to get his name out there, not just nationally, but globally, to set up his future.
And again, he leaves the door slightly open if he wanted to come back to CBU. If he goes out there and works out for some teams, and the feedback is, hey, go back to school for a little bit more. He's only a sophomore at CBU, so we'll see what Milan Aqua is going to end up doing. But he did put this out there on social media. He said, quote, "Today I notified the NBA of my intentions to test the waters and declare for the 2019 NBA draft." And he went on to say he's declaring for it without hiring an agent. "I'd like to thank God, my coaches, teammates, and family for their support. I would also like to thank California Baptist University for the opportunity and support. #LanceUp." So he's making it very clear he's going to test out the NBA draft waters, but there's a chance he could end up back at CBU. I don't know how big of a chance it is, but there's a chance.
Yeah, I mean, he had an outstanding season, averaged over 19 points a game at the Division I level, and a scoring conference. And a lot of teams are looking for scoring guards. The NBA has changed. He can shoot the basketball. He's a great ball handler and a very good leader. Obviously, we've seen by playing with the Lancers. But like I said, I do think it is a great opportunity for himself to kind of show himself globally, to set himself up very nicely in the future.
Well, the Sixers and the Nuts are underway here. We're live at San Manuel Stadium. Let's go down to Cullen Holt. Cullen's got more on tonight's matchup. Cullen, how's it going down there?
Yeah, well, one of the things that makes minor league baseball so unique is their promotions, and tonight is 2 for Tuesdays, so $2 at the concession stand for everything. But obviously next week things are going to really pick up here at San Manuel Stadium as far as promotions go. Thursday night it'll be Public Health Night, which means public health professionals from Riverside and San Bernardino County going to duel it out. They get in free. I don't know what they're going to be doing, if they're going to be chucking IV bags at each other or something. But I'm told that's a big event here. And then Friday night, keeping the fun going with Fireworks Night and Harry Potter Night out here at the ballpark. And then Saturday, I mean, we talked with Anna Forslund on the show a couple weeks ago from the 66ers. They'll have that LeBron James jersey, which is reversible. Lakers on one side, Space Jam on the other side. So you come on Saturday night, that's next Saturday that is, and you get that cool reversible jersey from the 66ers. But personal side note, I've heard Mondays is Man's Best Friend Mondays, and there's dogs all over the ballpark. So if you're looking for me on a Monday night, I'll be here at San Manuel Stadium.
Hey, Cullen, I honestly just have a cat. Can I bring my cat to Man's Best Friend?
No, but if you dress one of your kids up like a dog, that might work.
Well, I mean, I have Luke. He's 2. He's about the size of a small German Shepherd. I could bring him in. I'll just put a leash on him, like you see those kids at Disneyland walking around with leashes.
Just run it by Steve Went, and you might be able to get him in.
All right, Cullen, we appreciate it. Thanks. All right, that's Cullen Hunt live down here, checking in, talking a little Sixers baseball. As the Nuts and the Sixers are underway here, but we want to touch on a couple of local things from the Diamond. Congratulations going out to Ralph Grajeda. He is the baseball coach at Yucaipa High School, picking up career win number 200. So that's career win. That's not at Yucaipa. That's all over the place, because he has coached all over the place. Vanguard University, San Diego Christian. He was at J. Serra for a little bit, but now 44-9 overall in his career at Yucaipa High School, which includes a CIF championship, and now he's got 200 career wins. Jeff, do you remember how many career wins you had on the basketball court?
7.
You know exactly?
No, honestly, of all the years of coaching,
I had so few. I know exactly.
So few. Yeah, I could count all the losses. My losses might equal at least 200. So, no, I mean, it's a great milestone. A lot of coaches like to keep those stats. And, for me, I just never really – I played so many games as a player and just kind of it all blended together. But, no, what a great achievement for Coach.
All right, and also a shout-out going out to Tyson Heaton, the star pitcher for the Yucaipa Thunderbirds. He is now the all-time winningest pitcher in Yucaipa history, as he and there's been some good ones that have gone program there, but he is now 30-6 all-time, not including today's winning.
Inland Sports.
Entirely sure if he was on the bump or not, but we saw him throw right here at San Manuel Stadium in the Flash 2 weekends ago. But now he's the all-time winningest pitcher in I'll circle that major league pitcher, so that's quite the compliment. And now Ralph Grajeda, 200.
I was just predicting the team.
on Friday as we can see
Worked a little smoother. He's got to wait
some additional games here at the county clash on Friday. It's going to be a doubleheader as we'll have Rialto against Arroyo Valley live on IEMG. That's the first game of the doubleheaders. We look live at San Manuel Stadium. So that'll be the first game of the doubleheader at 4 o'clock. It'll be, as we mentioned, Rialto, Arroyo Valley. That's San Andreas League Baseball. And then the game right after it, they're at 4 o'clock. The game right after, scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch, will be the Holy War on the diamond, which is always big.
Oh man, are they going to bring the big sword and the shield?
The shield, yeah,
the
shield. Shield.
Holy crud, that'll be fun. Yeah, I wish I could be here. I'm going to be at the prom here. You know, I've got to work prom Friday night, but I will be
going to the prom?
I'm taking Smedberg to the prom, and we're going to get dressed up, and we're going to have a nice dinner together. But yeah, we're going to go hang out at the prom. You guys will be hanging out in the diamond
with some baseball.
Yeah, you guys will be at a Holy War. I'll be eating a lot of food and dancing.
There's another live look at San Manuel Stadium. The Nuts and the Sixers are underway. Modesto with a man on second, man on first. So a couple aboard here for Modesto. But, a big doubleheader coming up on Friday here at the County Clash. You can watch it live on IEMG. Before we round up this segment, a couple quick softball notes. The third baseman lets it drop in. The bases are loaded for Modesto with only one out. Here we go.
Well, he might get dropped down to the rookie league on that one.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Congratulations going out to the Norco High School softball team. They won the Michelle Carew Classic in dramatic fashion, coming back from a 6-0 deficit to win 7-6. So now Norco is 23-0. They played King today. I haven't seen a final score on that one, but they played King today. They've got Santiago coming up on Thursday, so it's a big week of Big 8 League softball coming up for Norco. But to win the Michelle Carew Classic, that was a big deal, and a special thanks to Steve Doy for the photograph here. But, man, Norco just keeps on winning. We just keep talking about them because they're the #1 team in the country. They just keep on winning.
Every single year we're talking about them as being the best team, not only in the country, but the world, the globe, my friend, because if you're the best in America, you're the best in the world.
And they never dip. They never have a down season. They just seem to keep it going despite all of the big-time stars they have in the program. They go on to these big-time college teams, but they just keep it going. Rick Robinson's done a fantastic job out there.
Taylor Dawkins was the National Player of the Year. In fact, a little prayers going out to Taylor. She's going through more chemotherapy. Started this week. Great pitcher at Cal State Fullerton, so our thoughts and prayers are out with her. Absolutely. But, yeah, they just continue to build and build and build.
Absolutely. So, and Norco right now #1 in the CIF Southern Section Division I rankings. And, of course, right now, if you're the #1 team in the nation, of course, you're going to be the #1 team in the latest CIF Southern Section poll. But they're not the only local softball team doing very, very well this season. We've got Norco, and we've also got Aquinas in Division 4. Aquinas 16-0, actually make it 17-0 because I know they won today. They're #1 in Division 4. They are also undefeated, and they are closing in on an Ambassador League title. So we got Aquinas in Division 4, Norco in Division 1. Just kind of goes back to the whole thing that the Inland Empire is a hotbed for softball. We got some of the best teams anywhere. I'll put our teams up against anybody.
Yeah, in fact, you look nationally at these college teams and all the big-time programs, you watch the lineups, and it'll say from, the Inland Empire, different schools here and there. So, yeah, it's definitely the hotbed of the entire country.
All right, we're going to take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. We'll have one more live report from Cullen Holt, who is roaming the stadium here as the 66ers are taking on the Modesto Nuts. We'll be back at your favorite show. This is the Inland Sports Show.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
What's going on, guys? Coach Bass here from Boost Training. We have a number of different options to help athletes develop here at the BPC, whether it's our off-season strength programming or it's our general sessions and even our one-on-one training sessions with either myself or one of our coaches here. So if you need that detailed coaching, book your one-on-one session today. Please feel free to contact me directly on Instagram at Boost Training or on Twitter, Boost_Training, or contact me directly here at the gym. Our number is 951-532-4904.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We are at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. They are taking on the Modesto Nuts right now. And happy to say that they worked out of that bases-loaded jam. No score in the bottom of the first. Cullen Holt standing by. Actually, not standing by. He's actually sitting on a bright orange couch. Hey, Cullen, before we get into the nuts and bolts of the Sixers here a little bit more, where are you doing your play-by-play this summer? Because you got another big baseball gig coming up.
Yeah, I'll be in Wisconsin Rapids for the summer in the Northwoods League. Roll Rats.
What?
Wait, what'd you just say?
Wait, yeah,
I said roll Rats.
Roll Rats?
Rats? You guys are the Rats?
Got to ride the wave, Jeff.
Wait, muskrats or just rats?
Just the Rats. Roll Rats.
Oh man, I don't know if that's a promotion or a demotion, but it sounds lovely.
But all of a sudden, I want a hat now or a T-shirt that says "Roll Rats."
Yeah, I'll send you guys one. Don't worry, I promise.
Well, Cullen, Jeff had a chance to talk to Torrey Hunter Jr. At Media Day, but that's a name. Obviously, if you're an Angels fan, and I know you are, Cullen, a lot of Angel fans will recognize that very, very famous name.
Yeah, he's got some real good baseball DNA, I'll tell you that. But I had a chance to talk with Steve Wynn a little bit about Torrey Hunter Jr., and he's hitting .235, actually batting cleanup tonight. But here's the funny thing, guys. He only played a couple of years of baseball at Notre Dame. He was mostly a football player, I'm sure, as you know, and then really only played about 30 games, I think, is what Steve Wynn told me, as a baseball player for the Irish, and was mostly a football guy and a wide receiver at Notre Dame, and now kind of, as Milana Qua said, testing the waters with the baseball world, and he was promoted to the Inland Empire 66ers last summer, and then here he is hitting cleanup tonight against the Nuts.
Does that Is that couch as comfortable as it looks from up here?
You know, I don't know what it is, but I think the Inland Sports Polo gets you into some pretty cool places. And they moved the red tape aside for me as I came down here to sit on these couches because I was wearing the Inland Sports Polo. But yeah, real comfortable. I might stay here for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's the VIP section over there. You know, there's adult beverages down there. I know you're just a kid, so tell them you'll have a water with a splash of more water.
Sounds good. That makes the drink.
Well, if you needed another reason to watch the Sixers this season, of course, Torrey Hunter Jr. out here. Big name following in his father's footsteps in a Angels uniform. And Cullen, one more thing on the Roll Rats. Is that like a spinoff of the Roll Tide, like Alabama football?
No, so it's the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. And obviously, if you're riding on a raft, there's going to be a lot of pests on there. For instance, the rats. And so Roll Rats, Ride the Wave. I'll be with the Wisconsin Rapids.
Why are they
No. He's wrong. You know what it is? They're called river rats. If you ride in rafts, you're a river rat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, river rat. I don't.
All right, Colin. Thanks. Enjoy your time on the couch, brother.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
All right, that's Cullen Holt live from the couch on the Inland.
He's like Oprah Winfrey. Look at him over there. He's talking to himself. People probably think he's nuts.
Oh, weird guy over there. Hey, Jeff, you got a special guest. Who is that?
I got my son over here, Fast Johnny. Say hi, Johnny.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
He's plays for the Angels, so he's definitely here to watch the 66ers. You know, he's the star of the Coach Pitch T-ball league out in
11 for 12.
11 for 12 on the year. He's only had to hit off the tee one time. And I'll tell you what, he's pretty good. He's got his name on the back of a jersey, but it's more important is the name on the front, and that's the Angels, baby.
That's right. Johnny, you got a new visor, too, before we wrap things up. You want to get your new visor?
Hey, go get your hat over there and show us the hat that Steve Went gave you. Hey, come on, show it to him. Show the. You got to show it. Here it is.
Let's
right here.
see it.
Angel's hat right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
That's a sweet, sweet visor over here. One quick reminder before we get things wrapped up here at San Manuel Stadium. We got the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame coming up in a couple Mondays. It's actually pretty quickly approaching here, and we want to make sure everyone knows about it. You can still get your tickets. You can still get sponsorship details, whatnot. RiversideSportHallOfFame.com is the website, but there's the generic information. Monday, May 13th. Go ahead and support this great local cause. Jeff, your dad's on the wall of distinction. It's a who's who of Riverside athletes, coaches, and contributors in this area.
Yeah, it's the best event. Jerry Hurley puts on a great show and does just work so hard in the community, and it really is nice to see everybody represented, not just with head coaches like you said or players, but contributors as well. And it's really a hats off to everybody that's been a part of this fabric of sports here in the Inland Empire.
Absolutely. One more look at San Manuel Stadium, home of the 66ers. Again, they'll be here all summer long, so make sure you make your way out to the ballpark at San Manuel Stadium. Lots of great promotions, like the 66ers LeBron James jersey, if you're into that sort of thing.
No.
I know you've turned on LeBron. I know you have.
I'm a Golden State Warriors fan now.
Ooh. I can't even get on board with that. But there's lots of great promotions. Check out, in fact, they were just the Los Cucuys again. So they're going to be the Cucuys throughout the season as well. So lots of cool stuff going on here at San Manuel Stadium. We can't thank Steve Went enough for his hospitality, opening up his heart and the doors and rolling out the red carpet for the Inland Sports Show. So it's been a lot of fun. Big thanks to CBU Women's Golf for joining us. Cullen Holt reporting live. And, of course, Steve Went, the voice of the 66ers. And we'll see you back next Tuesday back in the studio. We're going to have John Rice and Bill Powell, the new coaches for Riverside Poly Football. They're scheduled to join us as well. So for Jeff Gorham, I'm Pep Fernandez. Jeff, it's been fun, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I've been on the road doing things. We've been missing each other. But it's really nice to see you, Pep, and what a great place to be here. And Torrey Hunter at bat right now.
Oh, yeah. Live look at Torrey Hunter Jr. Hitting .235 on the season. Batting cleanup tonight. He's got a man on first. Should we keep it here live for a second?
Sure, why not?
Let's just do it live. The Sixers with a runner on first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Torrey Hunter Jr. Modesto, strike 3 looking as Torrey Hunter heads to the bench. And we'll end on that note.
Yes, why not?
Torrey Hunter Jr. heads to the dugout. We're going to wrap things up here. We'll see you next Tuesday night for the Inland Sports Show. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and give us a like on YouTube.